Game week 26 transfers are going to be either straightforward and easy for you or awkward and difficult. The reason I say that, game week 26 is a blank game week. We've got 4 teams missing from this fixture list. Liverpool, Tottenham, Chelsea and Luton will not play this game week. Add to it, we're just coming off a double game week, meaning we've packed our teams full of double game week players, which is the right strategy. But the problem is you might have neglected, or worse still, sold some of the best players to own for game week 26, 27, 28. Now in this video, I'm going to give you the top 3 transfers for players that you should be bringing in if you don't already own, and one differential for you to hopefully help you attack the mini leagues and overall rank. If that sounds good to you, do me a favor, drop a like, subscribe and share the video. Let's get into it. The first transfer we're going to look at, yes, it's an obvious one. Most of you should already own him, but I did see a lot of managers sell him because of the double game week, trying to get in whether it's Darwin or Haaland. Now, Watkins is having one of those seasons, honestly, outstanding season. Just look at some of the numbers. 13 goals, 14 assists in 2,209 minutes. The minutes tells you another one of his excellent attributes. He just plays every minute of every game. So again, it's a player, easy own. Last 5 games, have a look at this. 13, 2, 18, 7 and a 1. So that's 3 returns from 5, which is super consistent. But more importantly, it's 2 double digits there. I mean, that's incredible. That's becoming captain material. Plays in blank game week 26, which is very important, of course, and the blank game week 29. That's incredible. You're getting 2 ticks here from a player. So he's an easy own. Regardless of your strategy, he is an easy own. Okay, so if you did sell him, I think this one needs to be reversed pretty quick. Look at the fixtures. If I haven't tempted you already, Nottingham Forest at home, Luton away and Tottenham at home. Unbelievable fixtures. Yes, I know Villa looked like they were slowing down at one stage, but I still think they're very strong and they will be competing right to the end for the Champions League. They're not going to give up. And Watkins is pivotal to that. Some of the negatives, none. Buy him. That's my honest take on him. I think he's a player at the moment. It's very difficult to play FPL and not own him. And you can tell by his ownership, he's pretty high. But just in case some of you have got rid of him, I had to make this my first pick. It's super obvious. It had to be done. Next, let's have a look at my second pick. Another obvious one. Saka, of course. Now, managers like me who were thinking ahead of the double game week, sold him to bring in whether it's KDB or Jota. We felt some pain in that move. We really have. But it's part of FPL. You've got to take it on the chin. But the good part is we can reverse that. And I, for one, will be doing that. And I'm going to tell you why you should be doing that if you did sell him. Look at the fixtures. Newcastle at home. Newcastle at the start of the season were a difficult fixture. At the moment, they're not. They really are struggling. Injuries have caught up with them and they're on the ropes. Sheffield United, the worst team in the league. What can Arsenal do here? I don't even know, to be honest. It could be double digits. That's how bad. And then Brentford, again, team not playing well. And then you look at he's scoring 6.6 per match, which you could argue is only going to increase because at the start of the season, he was returning at a much lower rate, where now he's starting to give you double digits. Look at the last 5 fixtures. 15, 15, 9, 10, 3. I mean, that's 4 returns from the last 5, so the consistency tick is there. But more importantly, it's 3 double digits. It means he becomes a captain option again. 12 goals, 8 assists in 2,055 minutes. Consistency. He plays every minute of every game like Watkins. Peace of mind. Unlike Watkins though, you do get a bit of a headache by bringing him in this game week. And that is he's likely to blank in 29. So you're going to get 3 solid fixtures out of him. But then you do need to have a plan. Whether you're using a free hit or you're going to transfer him out or you're wildcarding. Just bear that in your mind when you bring a player like that in. Having said that, I still think the pros outweigh the cons. I don't think you can go without him for the next 3 game weeks, especially if he's returning in this ratio. He could realistically end your season. So that's my second transfer. Let's have a look at the third. Dominic Solanke, another player that a lot of us managers sold, preparing for the double game week 25, to bring in whether it's Haaland or Nunes. But now looking at what's coming up, I think it's time to reverse it. And I'll tell you why. Look at the fixtures. Of course, ignore the first one. It's Manchester City. I know. But then he's got Burnley away and Sheffield United at home. 2 of the best fixtures you can ask for. Unbelievable. They're poor teams they are. Then here's the biggest carrot. It's a double game week in 28. He's got Sheffield United at home and Luton at home. I mean, you cannot get better fixtures. He will be captain worthy that game week. 14 goals, 3 assists in 2,137 minutes. The return is unreal for a player that's not even over £7 million yet. But more importantly, look at the minutes. Like I said with Saka and Watkins, another player that gives you maximum minutes with no headache. And as you know, in the Premier League, a lot of the goals come in the last 10, 20 minutes. So there's nothing worse when you own a player in FPL when you see the substitution board come up and it's your number for your player With Dominic Solanke, you're not going to get that. So it's a peace of mind. Third highest scoring forward in FPL actually with 126. Unbelievable season he's having, and he's only, as I said, 6.9 million. Now let me give you some of the negatives. If you go this week, he's got Manchester City, which is not the ideal fixture. I mean, having said that, he is the talisman, and if a penalty or they do get a couple of chances, it's going to be him that takes them. And likely to blank in 29. So that's another problem. So you are getting the double, and that's the way to look at it. That is the fixture for 29, if that makes sense, in 28. But for me, the pros outweigh the cons. Get in the comments and let me know if you agree with that one there. I think he's a perfect transfer in as well. And last but not least, let's have a look at my differential I'm recommending. It's going to be Hwang. He's just come back from the Asia Cup, had a good tournament, and he's having an excellent season in the Premier League. Look at the fixtures. Sheffield United at home, and we know they're doomed. They're conceding goals for fun. Newcastle away, I've said before, not the hardest fixture at the moment, and Fulham at home. 3 lovely fixtures where we can see Wolves. This is the new Wolves, not like 2 seasons ago where they were boring, not much goals. This team creates chances and they're scoring. 102 points so far this season. It's a lovely return for a player that only cost 5.5 million. 3 double-digit returns. That's really, really good. It shows he's got in the locker to be explosive. Last 5 games might not look the best. 2, 6, 14, 2, 2. So that's 2 returns from possible 5. Not the best consistency, but we have to remember, as I said, 5.5 million. He's a player. If you've got someone like Palmer who blanks this game week and then blanks in game week 29, this is an easy move. 10 goals and 3 assists. I mean, that's 13 goal contributions. That is not to be sniffed at. Not a lot of players in the Premier League can reach that figure in 1,553 minutes. Again, another tick with the minutes. And he's playing through the middle. Now, they're all the pros. I'm going to give you a couple of negatives. More than likely, he's going to blank in 29. Now, I remind you of this. I've said it a couple of times in the video, but it's important. You need to have a plan in place for 29. If you're not sure how that's going to look, go download the app FPL.team. Put your ID in there. It will show you how to do it, and you can visualize how your team's going to look in game week 29. Then you'll get a good idea why I keep repeating it. It might scare you. You might have like 3 or 2 players playing in that game week. So you might have to use a chip, free hit or a wild card, or you start doing your transfers from now to get a team ready for that game week, okay? He does blank in that game. Well, very likely, I should say. And the other, not negative, but it's something to think about, is Neto the better option. Neto, super explosive, playing, I mean, start of the season, he was unreal. I had him in my team and he was producing week in, week out. Then he got the horrible injury. It's good to see him back. It looks like he's slotted straight back in and causing fullbacks havoc. So it just depends on who you prefer. I mean, from my perspective, it seems like Neto's the consistent 5 to 10 or 5 to 9 pointer returns, but Hwang's got the potential for the double-digit hauls. So it's all up to you there. But I'm recommending Hwang as my differential for game week 26. I hope you enjoyed that video, but more importantly, I hope you found the video useful. Do me a favor, get in the comments, let me know who you're bringing in. Do you already own all of these players? What's your plans? What's your plans for mitigating against game week 29? Free hit, wild card, or you're just gonna go without and do your transfers to get as much play as possible for game week 29? Get in the comments and let me know. I'll reply back to all my comments. Now, before you jump off, do me a favor, subscribe, like the video, share the video. It goes a long way to helping me grow my channel. I'm currently trying to reach 400 subscribers. I can only do that with your help, so I'd really appreciate that. Now, I want to wish you good luck and see you on my next video.